Secrets are like walls. You can't really know someone with walls between you.
This should all be over.
It's too late.
What do we do now?
Tell your father. Tell your father everything.
Something went wrong. We got Dwyer, we gave him the cure. This should all be over. But another cicada showed up.
Episode 517, Time Bomb. We find out that the mysterious guest that showed up at the end of 516 was none other than Grace Gibbons from the future.
I came back here to work with you again, to kill every last metahuman.
She has sort of taken the mantle of Cicada, and that throws this massive wrinkle in Thawne's plan. He has no idea how to stop her.
There is only one thing left to do. You tell your father everything.
Of course, Nora's a little apprehensive about doing that. She doesn't want to betray the trust that Iris and Barry and the whole team have given her.
Time travel sucks. Nora, West Island, let's see what we have here.
Sherlock Wells has really put all the pieces together, and he finally has discovered who Nora is working with.
Someone instructed you to do it.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. We got brand new Flash footage to break down, a Godspeed reminder because he's coming to the show in a little while, and a really huge update about what's going on with the Flash movie and Ezra Miller's status as the Flash of the DC movies, because his contract is up in November, so we'll talk about that after we talk about the Flash footage and the Godspeed stuff that's coming up. There's so many big changes that are coming to the DC movies and the DC TV shows this year. Be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I also do giveaways every week too. So here we go, Flash footage. You start off with the Flash clips, and Barry's talking to Nora about secrets and how they prevent you from really knowing someone. Obviously, a big metaphor for all the secrets that Nora's been keeping from Barry. The episode is called Time Bomb. It refers to the main meta of the episode that they're trying to help, but it's also a metaphor for what Nora has been doing with Reverse Flash. This metaphorical bomb is going to go off. It also refers to the Grace cicada from the future, like a metaphorical bomb from the future blowing up in their face when they were trying to fix things by healing Cicada in present day. The main story of the episode is a metahuman who's keeping their powers secret from their family. Team Flash tries to help that person, but obviously because it's all about secrets coming out, the B story is Nora telling the truth to Barry and Team Flash. This is what I've been doing this whole time. You see Reverse Flash's countdown clock in the future hit about 12 minutes. I believe this is minutes because I think it was an hour one of the last times that we saw it. It's meant to be like a very short amount of time, but because of the way time travel works, Nora keeps coming back just a little bit forward in the timeline, so it doesn't seem like that much time passes in the future. Like Reverse Flash probably just gets a steady stream of information from Nora because she keeps sending it even though time moves for her in a regular fashion when she's in present day. So this whole season, his countdown clock has been like close to an hour and it's just slowly counting down to zero. I've seen a lot of theories about what's going to happen when that countdown clock hits zero. Right now, I think it just has something to do with them either killing him or taking his powers away permanently, like forcing the cure on him. Because the whole idea in the future is that things spiral out of control. Grace has gone on a tear, metahumans are outlawed, is a worst case nightmare scenario, which is why Iris put that dampener on Nora, so Nora wouldn't learn that she had powers and wouldn't put herself in a situation that might cause Grace, Cicada of the future, to kill her. You see them find Reverse Flash's time sphere hidden in the woods. Nora is with them. It's not really clear, based on the looks on their faces, whether or not Grace stole it in the future and that's how she came back, or whether Nora used it to come back because she's been working with Reverse Flash. But it seems like Reverse Flash has taught her pretty much every skill you would need in order to be able to alter the timeline, so I think that he probably also told her how to enter the Speed Force to use it to time travel, so it's more likely that the time sphere is something that Grace stole in the future to come back. You also see Sherlock Wells finished decoding all of Nora's time journal. I read through all the entries here. There's nothing particularly interesting in what she's writing down, sending messages to Reverse Flash. All it is her just talking about lying to her parents. So it's literally her saying, I've been lying this whole time, and Sherlock is reading it like, oh, very clearly she's been lying to us this whole time. Not the smartest journal entries to make if you were secretly sending messages to the future. I think she just assumed that nobody would ever be able to decode her secret language. Then you see Sherlock Wells sitting in Reverse Flash's special wheelchair from Season 1. The device hidden in the side here, I think this is the device he used to siphon Speed Force, slowly powering himself back up. Like it was one of the critical components he used to juice himself up with Speed Force. He used the wheelchair for a couple of different reasons, not just to charge himself up. One, no one typically looks twice at a disabled person. Like no one would scrutinize him the same way. It's kind of awkward, socially taboo to stare at someone who's disabled like that. So, people pass by him time on the street. They wouldn't pay him that much mind. 2, the bigger reason is because he built his Speed Force charging device into it, and just like a wireless charging mat for your phone, in order for it to work, he had to stay in contact with it for as long as possible every day. So that's why he would only leave the wheelchair for brief periods. When he was in the time vault, I think there was an episode where we saw him go back to his house where he stood up for a little while when they were getting ready to find out who he was. Love the shot here of Nora just completely losing her shit because of future Grace Cicada. So very clearly, right after episode 16 ends and Grace runs off with Orlin, she goes straight back to the future and starts screaming at him, "What do we do now?" And he's the one that gives her the idea, "Come clean to your father. That's the only way we're gonna fix this." Barry has a look on his face like someone told him his mom died all over again. Then obviously the next episode, episode 18, is supposed to be the Godspeed episode. Just based on the script, they were calling it Godspeed. So I don't know if that was a misdirect or if the episode title is going to be different. But I don't know why they would call an episode Godspeed and then not do Godspeed during that episode. But all those behind the scenes pictures of the character in costume are coming from episode 18. That's the one that Danielle Panabaker directed. We will probably see the character in the trailer that they drop after this week's episode, so make sure you watch the episode this week. But moving into the Flash movie, so if you guys didn't see, I posted an Ezra Miller video a little while ago where he basically explains the plot of the Flash movie as it's going to be, but then there was a big report a couple days ago about how he, Ezra Miller, is working with Grant Morrison, of all people, to write their own version of the Flash movie that's supposed to be way more hardcore than the original version they were going to shoot. If that sounds weird, because Ezra Miller isn't known for writing movies, right now people think that it's a bid to stay on as the Flash because his contract with Warner Brothers to play Barry Allen in the DC movie universe is up at the end of this year, and they want to start shooting the Flash movie at the end of this year. So right now, the current belief is that if Warner Brothers sees his and Grant Morrison's version of the movie and decide to pass on that and go with the version that the directors wrote, they'll recast the role and he will not be the Flash anymore. It'll be some other actor and they'll just continue on shooting the movie later this year. And it'll be released sometime during 2021. Either way, they're going to start working on the Flash movie by the end of this year, so that's good news. I'm really excited about the idea of a multiverse Flash movie from Grant Morrison. He's one of the people that originated the idea of the Black Flash, so if you're a big fan of that character, you have him to thank for it. But because that preview video where Ezra Miller explains the plot of his Flash movie sounds like what they're writing, I'll link that video at the end of this so you can rewatch it. All I really want Warner Brothers to do in this situation is just go with the stronger version of the movie. If they feel like the one that Grant Morrison is working on winds up being gangbusters and they love it and they think that everyone else is gonna love it, then I'm totally fine with Ezra Miller continuing on with the character, but if it's not, then I am totally fine with them recasting him. I feel like the character of the Flash is bigger than Ezra Miller, so as long as the movie is good at the end of the day, I don't care who plays the Flash. All I want is just a really good, solid Flash movie.
We're talking about sparking a whole new universe, which is, it's not just the DC multiverse, it's the Speedster multiverse. And the Speedsters are the ones who connect all of the disparate pieces of it. Because Marvel is a universe, right? It's just one world and all the same characters in it. DC is a multiverse. All these different stories with different realities, different characters and versions of characters. And the Speedsters are the ones who move through it all. They're like the connecting bridge between all these different collaged parts.
Even though Ezra Miller sounds a little bit high in this video, he's not wrong. He talks about the Flash being the key to the DC movie multiverse and them pushing into that. I really do want them to get to the multiverse in the DC movies, even if they only deal with it in the Flash movies short term and then eventually long term find a way to do multiverse in a big Justice League team up. Either way, it sounds like The Flash is the first franchise that will deal with the multiverse. If you have any big questions or big bonus videos that you guys want me to do for the DC movies or the DC TV shows, just let me know in the comments below. Congratulations to the giveaway winner from my last big DC video, James Cagle. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Click here to rewatch my Avengers Endgame trailer video with all those Easter eggs, and click here to watch Ezra Miller explain the plot of the Flash movie. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.